Jay has somebody here with Junior Hockey Network, here with Ted McKee, Executive Director of the NOJHL. How are you today, Ted?
Great, how are you?
Good. First thing is your thoughts on the 2015 Dudley Hewitt here in Fort Francis.
I would say if it's not the best, it's one of the best I've ever been at. And I've been at 5 or 6, I guess. Like Larry and Milt and Milf and all their crew, you know, just an unreal job. Hospitality, everyone was smooth. Yeah, a couple glitches here and there, which there's got to be a few, but unreal. Like, just, I couldn't believe it.
And every day, like with people we've talked to, Marty from the NOJHL, it's a learning curve every day. It's just gotten better.
It is, you know, and they've got, you know, people who haven't dealt with it before. And they, you know, right when I heard their plan on Monday night at our meeting, I said to them then, I said, you know, it sounds like you guys got everything under control. And they did. Like, it was, you know, from day one, you know, any help we needed, it was just excellent. My hats are off to them. Now, next year we host it, so we got some big shoes to fill, because then I've got lots of pointers from them, but my hat's off to them. Great,
and
great.
Tonight, with Marty just saying from the NOJHL, is if they put 1,200 in the building, we know they're going to.
Oh, yeah.
They're setting an all-time Dudley Hewitt Cup record for attendance.
Yeah, that's excellent. You know, and you know they deserve it. And you know, it always helps too when your team does carry on. But you know what? Like you look at the other game the other day, what 666 people for a daytime game with 2 teams out of town. That's pretty good. You know, that's pretty good in the Dudley Hewitt.
So now, you're here to represent the NOJHL. Just your perspective on, like, say, the Sioux Thunderbirds being from the NO in the finals. Can you give us your opinion on that?
Yeah, you know, we had some good teams, you know, that all could have been here, and you know, and I think the Sioux was that one step ahead, maybe that 2 players ahead of Cochrane, you know, and you know, I talked to Lenny Ryan and you know, or Ryan Leonard, I'm sorry, and you know, and he basically said, you know, he was a couple players short. The Sioux, I believe, is a team that should be here, and you know, I think they're proven that they should be here.
Oh, and the power of social media with like you say, Ryan Leonard, or Lenny, we call him,
yep.
is all he's been doing the last couple of days is backing the Thunderbirds 100% and wishing them luck.
Lenny called me before I came up for the same thing, you know, and he told me, he says, I was, you know, and I went and watched, you know, a lot of Lenny's playoff games, and yeah, he was a little short, you know, but he did a heck of a job with his, and all the teams, you know, worked hard this year.
With Elliott Lake, 7 weeks to get to the league already, and
yeah, that's a story right there. Yeah, and Powassan.
Shows you the strength of the NOJHL.
Yeah, it does. You know, and you know, we had, you know, Blind River had, but hopefully we can get Blind River back again. You know, they were stumbling a bit, but hey, all leagues have that. You know.
Oh, and that's going back. We've talked about social media this week, and a couple alumni that have who follow Junior Hockey Network have been posting. It's not jabs at the OJ.
Yeah.
They're saying, "Watch out, boys! The NOJHL. Look at how they're doing in Northern Ontario and the SI."
Yeah.
And showing how strong it is.
That's right. And Marty, not like I worked in the OJ. I was a manager there for 5 years, and I worked with Marty on the executive for a couple of years. So that's why, like, Marty's a great guy. We're good friends, and yeah, we're going to beat you. And if Marty doesn't remember, he might have told me Monday that we may not be in the final. But anyways, but you know what? We don't, like, hey, we jab each other, but then, you know, hey, it happens. You know, like, you think you have the team, and a small tournament like this, anything can happen. And look at Fort Francis, you know, like,
First period last night, 5 goals.
Cinderella team, you know, but they are a good team. Like, they have got a good team. I'm not saying that they're poor. They've got it, and they run into a bad injury, and their backup goalie, man. Like, my son was a goalie, and he watched that game last night, and you know, he said, I've been there, you know, and he's been a #1 too. But that kid did a heck of a job. Yep, unreal. Yep.
So, with a lot of people don't know, the annual meetings happening in Sault Ste. Marie this week with the NOJHL and the NOJHL. Is there anything coming out of the meetings that we can?
Yeah, and that's why I am here, because Rob Mazuka, our commissioner, who is working hard and diligently every day, he had to go there. Yesterday, he made a presentation on behalf of NOJHL, and which will be the French River team, and he did the presentation on their behalf. It's in front of the NOJHL now, and you know, they got to make their decision on it. Espanola Group has 3 or 4 people that have got a plan together. I believe they've got the okay from the town. Now it's got to come to us and go to this NOJHL. So we've got those 2 teams in the works, and there may be more.
You might be at 11.
There may be 11 or 12, you know, we're just, and we gotta get it done the next couple of weeks, so we're gonna be busy.
One question I asked Brian Graham with the Superior International Junior Hockey League, with being Northern Ontario, Southern Ontario, there's just so much more down there when it comes to business sponsorship to a point. We're up here with Dryden and Fort Francis with the mill closing 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Is it a challenge coming from the league that to help the teams to stay in these small communities in the north and prosper to keep them in their town?
It's a huge challenge. It is. I know Abitibi went to Timmins, but, you know, a new ownership come in there because they did lose a mill there too, you know. In the small towns, it is hard, so you got to really start pounding the pavement, you know, and work hard to do it. And yeah, it is. Like again, come to the south, there was a bit more money there and a bit more sponsorship, and sponsorship is a hard thing. And I feel that if we go to 12 teams, you know, it's proven the league is bigger, and maybe then you're going to get that nice corporate sponsor that thinks, hey, I've got something here, you know, it's 12 teams, you know, better than 6, 9, and then you slowly work up. So hopefully something, I know Rob has a couple things in the works, and hopefully we'll get some, and I hope, you know, I wish Brian all the best too, because I know he's working very hard to do, you know, get this league bigger too, and we've talked about it. And you know, I think hockey in the north, I grew up, you know, in a small community, and that's where hockey is, like, you know.
Exactly.
And I know it is in the south too, but.
And having the Thunderbirds make the Dudley Hewitt Cup final just helps the NOJHL.
Huge, and making it to the final tonight, that's, you know, that's a big thing, you know. Like last year we didn't, but you know, every year is a different thing, you know. So yeah, if they, you know, can do it tonight, that's what going to the Royal Bank twice in 5 years, or, you know, that's pretty good. And hey, if they don't, look at the SIJHL, same thing, you know, twice in 3 years. So, you know, you know, it's showing that our hockey's getting stronger. You know.
Thank you very much, Ted.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.